Howdy partners, it's your man Evan here again. So guys, in today's video I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to do a comparison video of three cameras that I have in my camera arsenal. The GoPro Hero 9, which I'm shooting right now, the GoPro Hero 11, and then the Sony FDR X3000. Purpose of the video, obviously, to see the difference in the cameras, the footage, the quality, and make my comparison at the end of the video on which camera I prefer, and so on. So come join me as I go for a little walk in the neighborhood, and yeah, let's do it. So right now I am vlogging with my GoPro Hero 9, which I've had for probably 4 years, I would say. The camera that I use mostly in Cayman when I got it, so still works. The GoPros, as you know, are great cameras. I think they're best used for action stuff. You can use them in the water, very multi-purpose cameras. The setting I have it right now is at I think it's 4K 60 frames per second, if I'm not mistaken. I think the image quality is quite decent. Stabilization is, I think, well done. You can see here, I think it picks up the colors pretty good. You can use it, I think it's great use if you're using, like, going snorkeling, scuba diving, anything that involves moisture. If it's raining, you can use it. Very multi-use camera. Look at the pretty flowers that popped up. Now it's February. Flowers are popping up. Early spring, sure. But yeah, this camera still works. Still quite good. I think image quality is up there. Boy, verde. Let's go to the next camera. Now the camera I'm using next is my GoPro Hero 11, shooting at 5K 60 frames per second, wide lens. Now this camera is my newer camera, and whoop, squirrel. This camera has been great for me, using it in the ocean, use it on land, use it for a lot of different purposes. I think it's a little bit better than in terms of video quality for the GoPro Hero 9, because I can shoot in 5K. Stabilization, woo, I think very good. You can do a lot of things. Probably one of the most great action cameras out there. But let's go in the forest and test it out furthermore. So we're in the forest. I think in terms of the image quality, this camera is fantastic. Durability. Now there's been some comments, I think, of people using this camera that the battery doesn't last very long. In my opinion, yes and no. Sometimes the battery can last long. It depends what you're doing with it. The image quality is great. Stabilization is also up to the standards of the day. Audio picks up your audio quite nicely, I think. Now for the GoPro Hero 11, I don't use it to take photos, just primarily all video. You have the option of 5K, which I'm using now, 4K. Doesn't make a huge difference, because sometimes when you upload it to YouTube, the quality of the image gets distorted. But on the GoPro itself, it looks pretty good. Very nice. Now let's talk about functionality of both the cameras. GoPros, I think, are very easy to use. Only two buttons, the side and the top. Side button changes the modes, top button turns on the camera, turns off the camera, starts the camera. Very easy to use. If you have the Sony FDR X3000, the functionality is a bit archaic in my opinion. It's kind of tough to maneuver, change the settings, a bit of an older camera, but still widely used, obviously. What else can I say about the GoPro? I think overall, GoPro is a great camera if you are doing water sports, if you're in land, anything. It's a multi-purpose camera. The Sony, which I'll pop up in a few minutes and take some footage, is not the best at, well, it's not the best for one thing, it's not waterproof. If you're on about and it starts to rain, you better be careful because it does say water resistant, but I don't trust that. It is not, it cannot go in the water. If you do have a case, you can go using the water, but you'll lose the audio. So, some downsides. So this is the Sony camera. You can see the menu button, action button. A bit different to use. Okay, let's show you how it's done. There we go. Okay, power button. Press the power button. There we are. This is the button to record. Once you see that red light, it's recording. Hello, hello. There is the, you see the time elapsing, the battery life, kind of hard to see, but it's not fully charged. Menu button, so press stop. Menu button. You can alter the settings like so, select like so. So yeah, it's a bit archaic. Turn off like that. Functionality is a bit archaic, but it is still to this day a great action camera. Let's start filming using this bad boy now. Once you see that red light, it's recording. Hello, hello. There is the, you see the time elapsing, the battery life, kind of hard to see, but it's not fully charged. Menu button, so press stop. So I am using now the Sony FDR X3000 camera, which I've held in my possession now for maybe 2+ years. Camera that is no longer available, purchased from Sony itself. The only way to buy this camera is buy it used from reseller on eBay, Amazon. They're going for about $500, which is a bit much, I think. In terms of the functionality of the camera, it's not waterproof. They say it's water resistant, so you have to be careful if it's raining. If you get the camera wet without the cover or the case, it might damage it. In terms of the image quality of the camera while walking, talking, moving the camera, stabilization, I think it doesn't hold up well to the GoPro cameras which you can buy right now. The GoPro Hero 9, 10, 11, 12. What else can I say about this camera? Yeah, stabilization, not as good as the GoPro, but it will do. It is, the battery life, it's not too bad. It's, I think, a little bit better than the GoPro, but you'd be the judge. My battery on this camera is draining, and it is almost done, so I'll keep this short. Out of all three cameras, which cameras do I use more? I would say I use, right now, the Sony. I've been using it quite often. I like to use the GoPro because I think the image quality is a little bit better. Stabilization also better as well. Comment below, which camera do you use? Which one do you have? Do you have a preference? Let me know. Doing a little test of the image quality. What do you think? So I think I'll conclude my test of this camera, the Sony FDR X3000. Great camera, not waterproof, but I think overall for action camera, quite good. Okay, back to the Hero 11. Using this camera, what do you think? Gonna finish the video here. Been trying out 3 cameras today. First one was my GoPro Hero 9, which I've had the longest. Still a functional working camera to this day. Still works. I haven't used it very much though in the past couple of years since I got this camera, the Sony FDR X3000, the GoPro Hero 11, which I'm using right now. So my final conclusions are, if you're in the market for an action camera and you want to start making vlogs and videos, I would personally buy one of the GoPros. Hero 9, 10, 11, 12. They are great multi-purpose cameras. Action cameras, waterproof, stabilization, video quality are quite good. This camera, the Sony FDR X3000, is a great camera. It's not waterproof. The image quality could be better, but is what it is. And yeah, that primarily sums up today's video, guys. Thank you always for watching and joining back on the videos. Give us a like, and we'll see you next time. Ciao.